Hey traders, sorry for a small delay. Welcome to another edition of Crypto Lab with Alex. As usual, we are going to go through a little bit of a macro scene, and also we're going to go and look at the latest developments in the crypto markets. As you know, put your comments and potential wishes for some of the crypto pairs in the comment box. And I will be glad to look some of them, but please focus on one. There is sometimes a lot of requests, and we cannot deal with two requests at least per session. So let's start a lot of the developments from the last week. We have been relatively very vocal regarding the possibility Bitcoin drops from 70 to 75K this last couple of weeks. Now we are testing 60K levels, and definitely interesting development. So let's dive in. Let's go and look first of a little bit of a macro environment and what is going on in the overall fiat world, and then we're going to jump into a crypto space. So let's go. Let me just start with a 10-year yield. And 10-year yields is moving on the upside, and we have a nice, for now, measured move, which will be equal at 2.016. Our support levels from the last time at 1.47 actually held support very well, and we are trading now at 1.608, and most likely we're going to continue and test at least this 1.9 or 2% on the upside. Okay, any penetration or a break of these pretty important and sizable resistance levels will make us change this wave structure. Instead of counting this as an ABC, we will have to turn this into a more impulsive wave on the upside, which means that we can even go to the next resistance level, which is around 3.2, 3.3. So I'm not going to go there yet. I still want to see what is going to happen on these 10-year yields around these levels, 1.8 to 2%. I think most likely we will see some type of a potential correction or even a reversal, and then we can follow this as to be a W, some move down in X and Y in the next couple of years. So word transitory, as I think we discussed last time, was stretched because Fed admitted that their expectation of inflation to go sooner lower or bottleneck supply problems to be solved much more quicker actually was wrong. They admitted that, and they are stretching this word transitory in a couple of more years, I think, even on the front. So definitely the economy is still not balanced, and we have all sorts of supply, labor, and price, oil, name it, supply disruptions. So in that respect, I think most likely we will be pushing higher in this chart towards this 2%. So yeah, for now the wave count is working nicely. First resistance is at 1.7, and second one, I expect this to develop in nice 5-wave sequence on a smaller time frame, and I expect 1.9 to 2% very soon. Consequently, dollar index is moving up. Of course, when the rates are moving up, we were looking for dollar index to move on the upside. So the rates moves and the dollar moves in the same direction. That's kind of a no-brainer, because if the rates and market looks the rates are going to go up according to this, what is going on the market, of course, the dollar, because of the interest rate differential, will follow it on the upside. Dollar is so much interwoven into the world economy, it sometimes is not so easy to separate one of the influence, the dollar actually under the which one is dollar. Sometimes it is clearly the interest rate, sometimes it is liquidity, sometimes it is the risk off, risk on. There is a numerous influences that can happen and move dollar up and down. But in this case, it was a couple of things, and as well interest rate move on the upside. The question is the dollar finished? Because we have reached our first target where the wave A is equal with the wave C. Okay, so we exactly actually traded around the quality, exactly at the quality, and on this upper channel line. My take on dollar is that we are going to take a progressive move further, and that this will actually, instead of counting this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I like more to count all of this as a wave 1, down in a wave 2, and I'm looking this for the wave 3 on the upside, because the character of this move is pretty vertical and pretty strong, which is the quality of the third wave expansion on the upside. Also, the rates are still not around 2%. We are around 1.6, so there is still room on the upside. So I guess if we look these two pictures, clearly dollar might have, especially if we trade above these levels where is the strong resistance, we might even prolong this dollar rally towards this 1.618 ratio between A and C, which we talked last time, which is a rarer one. It doesn't appear so steadily. So in that respect, we can postpone actually this dollar rally from the end of 2021 into, let's say, January, February of 2022, until this five-wave structure completes around 99.13 or even 100. Okay, so still that will be in the line for the retracement of this five-wave move on the larger time frame. So we are still going to treat this as a possible ABC pullback, but with a higher ratio than usual between the wave A and wave C. So RSI is pretty sizably up. So that's all provided we go above these levels, let's say to 90, 97, 98, a small pullback in wave 4 and a completion in wave 5. So if I see that, definitely this will be this will become my first and foremost wave count for the dollar. For now, we are keeping the equality level. We traded a touch lower, so in order this to be valid, we need to see a five-wave move down below these levels, and that will actually signify that most likely this was a measured move in the ABC. We will have to place the C wave here and start to count move on the downside. But as it looks to me now, I have changed looking at the rates and looking at some other things in a more bullish, even further outlook for the US dollar. On the European front, looking at the rates, euro dollar is trading around 112, pretty sizable move lower, and the rates are moving, price is moving up, rates are moving a little bit down. This is the chart of the 10-year Bund, which is a price chart, not the yields chart, but they work inversely. So when the price is rising, yields are falling, and vice versa. So I still think we are in some type of deflationary environment overall. This is just a cyclical inflationary appearance for a couple of years. And as long as this support zone holds, I will look this to be some type of a complex correction or something else before we continue up in deflationary kind of demographics and technology pressures when the economy balances itself. One time in future regarding COVID, COVID is still very strong in Europe. It started to be a little bit more better situation during September, but now November, December is starting to worsen. Some of the countries are still starting to again to be in the partial lockdown. So we are still gonna spend a couple of more years in this until we get used to it, to this COVID crisis. Okay, so in that respect, if you have any questions regarding dollar or this other stuff, you can of course leave your questions. Let's go and see the gold. As we know, usually gold is a safe haven. Still it is, although some of the crypto community wants to replace it with the Bitcoin, calling Bitcoin as a digital gold. Well, we have now different names for the Bitcoin. It is a store of value, it is inflation hedge, it is digital gold, it is every crypto's guy mom. So as long as we start to describe or ascribe any names regarding what we think Bitcoin is, stock to flow ratio is actually something which is the most kind of a valid thing for now, because there is a limited supply of the Bitcoin. All of the other features, store of value, inflation hedge, blah blah blah, all of that is we can ascribe it even to be a nice, very juicy hamburger, and if everybody believes in that, of course it can be. So let's just continue with gold. I think gold is still a very much inflationary hedge for the big funds, and of course central banks still does not own Bitcoin for now. They own much of a gold, especially in Russia and China. I think this is still a triangle. We are looking for this D wave, and resistance is at 1916, and the wave count is invalidated some around there, where I mean this still can be a up in B, C, D, and E, but that will be a much more larger triangle, which I think it's most likely it's not going to unfold. This actually agrees with the wave count with the dollar index. Until the end of the year, we go a little bit more upside. Then we start January, February a little bit more downside, and if this works, then you're going to see a 5-wave move and a small correction, and then we will embark on a new journey on the upside in regards of this wave count, which presents a little bit more bullishness on gold after this consolidation is finished. We still think this is just a corrective move, only 3 waves down. And for now, gold is following this triangle, which we are looking for some time. And it's behaving nicely, so there is no need to change. We are holding this crucial level here at 1,670. And as long as this level holds, wedge or a triangle should go in this type of a pattern with lower highs and higher lows kind of converging before it breaks on the upside. So we are still going to stay bullish on gold. Silver also. Silver is in some type of most likely completed this B wave. We are waiting to see some type of maybe a leading expanding diagonal here. We are still not clear. But anyhow, silver is still in the range. Possibly this is the wave one. Well, the gold makes a pullback in the triangle. Maybe silver is going to make an ABC to the downside, back to this 2020, 22, 21, 50. And from there, maybe it's going to continue upside with gold. So we're going to stay also bullish on silver. So the situation in metals, actually looking at gold and silver, it's actually is telling to us that inflation is going to stay with us, or we will see some world event which will actually put investors to go into gold. However this pattern unfolds, even if we go a little bit lower in some other form of a corrective pattern, maybe this is wave X and we go in Y, or blah blah blah. You can make a number of combinations. For now I will have and stick with triangle, but all of this pattern is just telling to you that the gold and silver are bullish on the upside. It's just a pause in the trend. So some of the events in the world or some big inflationary readings will be the reason for the gold to move on the upside. Okay, So I know that everybody awaits cryptos, but I like to see this environment in line also with the crypto space. So let's see what's going on the total market cap in cryptos. The chart, which I think it's very important to look because it gives us a pretty nice idea what can happen also with some other cryptos. So as we look the last move, which we started to count here, we definitely look a 5-wave move. And as you know, when we are measuring the wave 3, we are looking for some of these Fibonacci ratios, and this ratio up there is pretty high. Usually you have 1618 or 2. This one is 2618, 261.8, and we exactly traded there. We have some internal lower degree ratio extension here for the target of this smaller degree wave 3, which actually formed the Fibonacci cluster, and from there we had a nice move down to 2.5 trillion. So we were trading at the highs around 3.064 trillion, and now we are at 600 billion lower at 2.52 on the downside. We still think there is a possibility this might develop into a longer affair. So we count this as a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, as long as these levels are holding. One of the other options is a big triangle or a complex correction, but anyhow, that will actually bring this crypto market total cap in the next couple of months back to these levels around 1.7 and even 1.3 trillion. So as long as this levels holds, we are going to be relatively bearish on this total market cap. Looking at this chart, but switching on a daily, you will see that we still don't have a clear 5-wave move lower. So we have to wait to see this confirmation in order to become really definitely bearish on this chart. Okay, so let me see what's going on. I don't know, somehow it stopped. Okay, we're gonna open a new one. Yeah, trading analysis, we do have services of stocks and cryptos. So 40 plus years of Elliott Wave experience, one of the best teams in the world. If you want to visit us, we have a trial for cryptos and stocks. So go to trading analysis website and you can find, I think trial is 27 bucks. Let me just go again and show you this crypto market cap chart. Just a smaller time frame. Okay, so on the smaller time frame, as you can see, we still don't see a 5-wave move. So if we go on a 4-hour, we will need still more developments on the downside to confirm this is a reversal. Okay, so there is a wave 1, up in 2, down in 3, 4, and 5. So when we see a 5-wave move, inevitably, sorry about the pronunciation, I didn't, I think, utter this word for a long time, inevitably. We will see potentially a small correction and then a continuation. We will see how long this continuation will be. But for now, our levels are reacting on the downside from the last week, and we are seeing potentially an impulsive structure, which will mean that more downside will be present in the next couple of weeks. Okay. So if we switch to the Bitcoin, our favorite chart is of course on the larger time frame. We are looking something similar to this chart on the crypto total market cap. So if you go on a larger time frame, we can make the case actually that this was actually here a wave 3. We are looking for some type of a wave 4, or this was a 335, some type of a flat. But anyhow, Bitcoin might continue down in the next couple of months when this move lower is confirmed. Even if we turn higher, I will be again guarding against these 70 to 75k levels. We were, as you know, very vocal warning about these levels a couple of weeks ago, and these levels are now providing a solid case on the smaller time frame that potentially we are going to make an impulsive move to the downside, which will actually confirm potentially we have lower levels ahead. We are still not, of course, sure of the pattern, and now still 3 waves down. But as we can see, we cannot form some 60k level was pretty strong, but we are unable to form anything impulsive on the upside from here. So I think most likely we will go even lower pretty soon in a Bitcoin chart. So we're going to stay to pursue this bullish wave count stance that this correction should be very small because you are already in the lesser degree wave 2, which has to be smaller than this one, and there is a very small space to do so. Actually 50k will have to hold, and we will have to see a vertical move towards 105 to keep this wave count alive. I'm still now more leaning, looking the environment and looking some of the things in regards of the crypto market cap chart and Ethereum chart, some of the levels, and especially because we have seen a reaction from our levels on the downside. I'm still going to pursue a possibility that a longer correction potentially starting in some form, or it is a part of this developments already here, potentially in a flat, but that will mean we're going to trade around 38 or even lower, but we will see that. Let's not rush with anything on the downside until we see a confirmation, which is still in making. So we still don't have it. So I don't want to make any false claims until I see something that we look as a potential confirmation where we're going to cautiously approach a correction and possible short trade on the downside, trying to materialize some of the gains with our members, trying to capture a little bit more downside on the Bitcoin. Okay. Same thing with Ethereum. We didn't see a confirmation, but we have seen a nice push on the downside from our levels from the last week. Bullish wave count still looks as a support around 4,000, 3,800. Our bearish case scenario is looking for a larger pullback in this wave 4. So for now, also on Ether, some of the nice impulsive patterns looks like to be developing and confirming the possible reversal in Ether. Any 5-way move from this sizable high will mean that Ether after correction might even continue further lower towards this 2000, 2600 at least, which will be a next support level here for the Ether if we see A, B, C on the downside. So couple of options also possible here, but looking the higher time frame, most likely, as in the crypto market cap, we are in a wave 3 completion, and we are going to track either a bigger or a smaller wave 4 development of the higher degree, and then continuation towards this very nice targets on the upside that we have for Ether after this consolidation is finished. So just to be very clear, this is still not confirmed. The wave count for now and our overall analysis from the last couple of weeks is working, but we still need to see a confirmation which will clarify the actual next possible targets, at least shorter term targets for Ether and Bitcoin in the crypto space. So we are going to continue to monitor that, and of course present you that if you are not members, or if you don't think to become member of Trading Analysis. We are going to do it either on Wednesday or on our live services for stocks and macro, or on Crypto Lab with Alex every Thursday. So this is my outlook, guys. It's starting to materialize slowly, and I don't have so much fun looking people being so long and market turning lower, but that's a kind of a market dynamics. And most likely we will stay in these dynamics for a couple of more months if we confirm some of these things that we just talked about. A lot of the altcoins made a sizable losses on the downside, and we're gonna look a couple of them. So today the board doesn't look funny at all as well. Some of these gaming and NFT stock cryptos are moving up. Sand actually reached our target. We were bullish on Sand for one more move on the upside on our members webinar. A little bit more at 4.78 maybe, and then we will see what will happen. Also, some of the things that we looked developing in Aave, which we looked already for the beginning. Aave, in my opinion, especially if the cryptos start to move even further lower, will be in a bigger correction down to 120. I have a little bit more optimistic wave count, which says 170. This will be a 5 waves, ABC down. This is a expanding leading diagonal, and this is a big ABC to the downside. So let's see. Maybe we're going to have a shorter correction to 209. But if I see more of a movement on the downside in Bitcoin and Ether, I think alts will react. So we might see on Aave even more downside. And Aave is not the only one. There is much more these altcoins which actually made this false movement on the upside and then actually reversed. They were not ready to materialize. This is 1 inch, which we are going to start progressively very soon to look for a sizable correction on the downside before we continue on the upside. And all of this agrees with the current environment, which is not so good for cryptos. As you know, China had a warning regarding the miners, and we also see infrastructure bill now implemented or starting to be. It's voted actually to be implemented. So the crypto tax is starting to be real. And this actually is also one of the environment that we look for cryptos which are not great. You would agree. Hey, let me look just some of your questions since we finished at least the first part of this crypto lab. Seb, hello Seb, can you look at Aave? We just did. Hey Jayesh, hey Morn. Syria, hello. Jesus, hello. Elena, hello Elena. Tronix, yeah, Tronix still has a very strange wave structure. If you look from the lows, you can kind of count this as a wave 1, down in 2, up in 3, down in 4. There is a small wave count invalidation, but you can kind of manage that with looking in regards on the closing prices when you can not see the wave 4 entering the territory of the wave 1. So I still think we are in a bullish phase in Tronix, but I think something like this will happen, that maybe Tronix will be in some type of a flat after this 5 waves up. We might see a 3 waves down, 3 waves up, which usually constitute this vicious flat correction, and we might see a 5 wave move down back to these levels on the downside, and then we can reverse higher. So in this case, 0.073 will be some of the target for the possible correction on the downside, at least for now. So let's see what is going to happen. Jim, nothing on ADA. We have been actually very bearish on ADA, despite all of the stuff I went through publishing the ADA bearish chart. People immediately jumped on me in many occasions, but my analysis actually, which you can see on Twitter, from these levels actually unfolded, and it's even worse than I originally think. So I'm not at all optimistic regarding ADA, at least shorter term. I don't have anything against the coin. Actually, I will probably and most likely buy it here. I just, as you know, look at the pattern, so I don't know why people are so touchy. If something's going to reverse, it's going to reverse. Nothing is going to stop it. In that respect, ADA didn't manage to continue on the upside. I think this is all part of a larger correction yet. In that case, we will have to anchor this wave 3 here instead of here and look for the fourth wave pullback still ongoing and then a fifth wave on the upside. So until I see a reversal, I cannot be bullish on ADA. And this is already too big to be wave 2. So I guess we are going to be in some type of a larger correctional lasting sometime as well, at least for now. Pablo Escobar. Should I be afraid, Pablo? Or Pablo Escobar is saying, hello, Alex. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, Jim, ADA doesn't look good, at least for now. Let me see. Solana, okay. I think we did Solana last time. I don't think much changed. Yeah, I was looking for some type of a reversal, maybe one more small push up in a fifth wave, maybe finished. So, I mean, Solana is a very good project. If we see a bigger correction, definitely we can see a pullback. I'm still not sure that this will develop. I will definitely welcome something like this because I can buy it cheaper. But I'm still waiting confirmation that actually we have seen some reversal from the upside in Solana, and that we still don't have a clear five-way move. And when I have that, I will be more specific. For now, we have only three-wave move, and now actually they are equal exactly here. So I cannot say at this moment what will be my initial instinct and wave count is telling me potentially we might be for a bigger correction now, but I have to see this price at least trading around 128 very soon to consider this to be a wave A, up in B, down in C, and then reversal further on the upside. I definitely think Solana will, after whatever this should actually become, be a very bullish play in the next couple of years. Chili's, I didn't look Chili's for a long time. I don't know if this Chili's does anything. We looked for a triangle last time around here, I think, and it's developing in a B wave. So Chili's is still as we thought it's going to be. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, some type of a wave 4, A, B, C, D, and E, maybe triangle, maybe a little bit more collection, but definitely Chili's after this pullback will be bullish on the upside. So this is still not finished. Chili's has more upside to run after these corrections are completed. T-Fuel. Yeah, T-Fuel is still in this consolidation. Might be a triangle and a wave C, I still don't know, but we were relatively bearish for this wave 4, and it is still unfolding. It still can be a triangle, it can be ABC, WXY, we still don't know, but in general it's still sideways consolidation. I mean, I think T-Fuel will go eventually up, and this is definitely some type of a wave 4, at least how I look at it, but correction is still ongoing. There is still nothing bullish here. More likely there is more bearish than bullish in this current development. Paralink network, we looked for some type of a wave 4, and it's actually moving. We looked at last time, wave 3, wave 4. So I didn't touch this really from the last time. I didn't look Paralink at all. So it's going the same as you saw it last time. It's unfolding now. So we have a wave 1 down in 2. Now the wave 4 is unfolding. So we're gonna look at it like this for now. There is no need to change where the wave count is working for now nicely. Cat girl, my God. Yeah, I don't know about this one. There is no price on this one, so I don't know what's going on here. No idea what is going on this cat girl. It's trading at, I don't know. Hey Anatoly, thanks for the thing you do regarding the timestamps, Anatoly. Always nice. Harmony, yeah, we looked Harmony last time, I think, as a wave 5 on the upside. Yeah. We looked it to go lower, and it's actually going lower, but still in early stage, 3 waves down. We cannot confirm. I need more price action here to confirm this reversal on the higher time frame. Looks like a 5-wave move, pretty nice one. Divergence, as you can see here, pretty nice divergence on this weekly time frame. So it might be that this fifth wave is complete here. We're not going to revisit the higher ratio, and we might see a pullback back to this zone from where this might continue further on the upside. I still, as I said, I still cannot confirm. I need to see 5 waves down, which we don't see now at this moment. Yeah, I still look Elrond as a ongoing wave 1. I'm expecting some type of a wave 2 down, and then a continuation. I think this one is still in early stage. I mean, this is a weekly chart, so don't take this for granted. I mean, there is some big targets, but we have to go step by step. Okay, so for now, I'm still going to look for some type of a correction in this wave 2. Let's go a little bit lower time frame on daily. So I'm still looking for a wave 5 and the move lower. Okay. Litecoin. Yeah, I mean, I don't address much Litecoin so I think we are in some type of a fifth wave on the upside. So I will say on Litecoin, this is wave 1, 2, up in 3, a wave 4, and then This is a 1, 2, 3, 4. We are in some type of a wave 5 on the upside. So 1, maybe 2, or a triangle and 1, 2. But definitely this might go further on the upside, but still we might be in some bigger correction here in 5 waves, maybe some flat down back to 120, 150, and then we can go on the upside. So it still looks bullish on the higher time frame. On the smaller time frame, only 3 waves up, which implies a possibility either back to 145 or even lower before we start higher. So I still look on the higher time frame Litecoin to be bullish. As you can see, this is the higher time frame. So there is still not a 5-wave sequence. I still think we have more on the upside. If we go on a smaller time frame, this will be some type of I mean, even if you put this wave 4, which I've seen some of the electricians did that, and you count this as 1, 2, as well as in the Bitcoin, we are in some type of the wave 3, 4, and 5. But nevertheless, it's still a very bullish wave count, which means we're going to have a couple of more years a higher developments here for Litecoin on the upside. So in my eyes, this one is still good, good on the upside. I still don't know in general if it is now time to buy it. Depends on your risk, depends on your how you're managing your shorter term or longer term portfolio. But still, this looks pretty bullish to me as Bitcoin and Ether when we are out of this couple of months, I think, consolidation. So I'm gonna stay bullish on Litecoin as well. Hello everyone, investing in crypto, question mark, crypto expert. I don't really know what does it mean, crypto expert, investing in which time frame, investing as an investment or as a shorter term play, or be more specific. I ask people to give 1 and everybody gives 2 again. Royce gives audio and algo. Amazing. Yeah, Klima DAO, no idea. I mean, whenever I see these charts, I don't know. I mean, this is really not enough for me to have any viable analysis. So you have to wait until the chart is developed a little bit. I don't know, audio still looks bullish to me. I think this is some type of a consolidation yet, and we're gonna continue on the upside. So I'm gonna still look for the bullish development in audio on the upside. Let me see if I missed anybody, guys. I think I have read everything that that you wrote here. Matic. Matic is in danger. So on my Twitter feed, if you like to follow me, if you don't follow yet, Trading Analysis FX Crypto Lab, you can find me. I posted Matic a couple of weeks ago in a case we have a stronger reversal on the Bitcoin and Ether. So I'm going to look for lower levels either in triangle or in a flat. So my buying points are a little bit lower, especially if this hypothesis starts to work, that cryptos are going to have a bigger correction. If we turn on the upside, I will of course look to be on Matic. I like this protocol or a project very much, and the chart is pretty bullish longer term. Okay, longer term I see Matic going further on the upside. Some of the really high targets we are trading at 1.53, and of course if we do see some type of a triangle here lasting a little bit more or a flat, I see Matic further continue on the upside pretty sizably when we turn and become bullish. So all of this just guys makes a little bit of a pause, prolonged pause, but we are going to continue down on the upside in crypto space pretty soon. So I'm going to stay very bullish on Matic. Just depend how this correction is going to be completed, and I'm saying bullish on a higher time frames. Yeah, pretty again relatively sizable losses. Yeah, AXC, a game token is yeah, I still corrective move down, and then most of them are in some type of a wave 4 or a wave 2 on the upside. So after this correction is done, I think we're going to continue further upside. So I'm going to stay bullish on cryptos with just a little bit of cautious and with a little bit of a prolonged time. Saberi, okay, this guy is maybe new. He's asking me, would you do a technical analysis if I suggest the coin to look at? Yeah, I think if you look around, everybody is doing that. So I think you can do the same. Schnitzel is writing on Serbian. Give audio. Can I type my Twitter handle? Yes, I can. My Twitter handle is can I copy it? Let me see. Yeah, I get it. You're new, so that's why I explained. Yeah, so let's look AVAX. Somebody wants to see AVAX, which is Avalanche. Yeah, still we stayed bullish on this one. I think we are developing a pretty bullish price structure overall. I think this one is going to stay bullish on the upside. We might have a little bit of a pullback very soon down to these levels, but I will look either for 203 or even when the crypto space starts to move on the upside, I will look to even above 1000 for this one because the 5-wave structure is still not finished. Okay, equality is at 203 and we are still not even there. So I think minimum equality will be reached, which will be a double from here. If we pass equality, we're going to continue towards this 1618, which will be a pretty nice target a couple of times on the upside for Avalanche, but potentially that will happen in the next bull run of the crypto cycle. Okay. Money. Yeah, nothing much there yet. So let's look this in a little bit of a more on a smaller time frame. So yeah, that's a problem with these new coins. There is not lots of price action. So I see it here, a five-way move, very strange one, which is with most of the coins, I must admit. Yeah, I don't know if this is correction or it's gonna stop here and continue. And that's why I don't like such a new charts, because you don't have much of a space to work with. Definitely this correction is still capped with this upper trend line. The RSI came there, so this can be an AB down in C, which is also possible. This can be also truncated fifth, and then you have an ABC. So it's hard to tell. I will say that I will look for this one a couple of levels. So let me give you these levels, which I will definitely look if I am interested for this coin. So definitely it will be at 1.45 and this last low at 169. Even if we go further lower in this RSI back to this 28-29, I think this middle line of this channel should hold it at around 1.8, and from there, if we reverse and pass this channel line, that will be a very bullish sign for this one. So something like this might happen, that we continue a little bit more on the downside. Of course, it can be a small correction on the upside. Nothing goes in the straight line, guys, except the wave 3 of 3, which you need to catch. So potentially we might be in some correction on the upside, small move down, and as long as this levels hold and this RSI comes lower, like in these cases here, this was a very nice tell that we're going to have this move on the upside. That is very hard to catch, I know, but you can kind of track it for the next time. Okay, so every major low was actually signified by this RSI, and even better one we can look on daily. Okay, this was a significant low here, and we confirmed one more here. So we might be in some beginning of the something bigger, but we need confirmation. Okay. What is SXP? No, I don't think that's a descending triangle. I don't know even what is descending triangle. Descending triangle, I don't see here nothing of descending, especially not a triangle. G-swap. What is G-swap? Game swap, okay. Well, for now, this starts to look bullish, but you're gonna see very soon, I think, a small correction down after this consolidation might resolve on the upside, but then be careful because it might have another correction. For now, this looks relatively bullish. Even if you just take this basic picture of a potential development in 5 waves, so this will be a first 5 waves, a pullback. This has a little bit of a truncation. We can also do a flat wave 1 and a big flat 2, wave 3 on the up 4 and 5. But you're going to see a little bit of a stalling here. Also, if you examine we're going to trade around there, let's say at 5, maybe even a little bit higher. If we break, we're gonna come back most likely and then penetrate further in the third wave. So it looks nice. Only 3 waves up for now, but I like the angle of ascent. As you can see, when you reach equality, we need to surpass it to look for a further advance, and equality here comes around 7.25. So we are trading around 4. Most likely we will come to 7, make a small pullback, and then continue higher. We can track this one, just remind me, Maria. Ne, I tried to answer on Serbian, but I will use English. No, I don't use any indicators. Even RSI rarely I use. I use it also for divergence and for lows sometimes, but this is just a secondary thing. There is many other things that we look which are much better indication than the indicators. Yeah, Crow actually was. I gave analysis on Crow a year ago that it's going to be very bullish post this leading diagonal, and actually it happened. I was looking a little bit more lower, which didn't materialize, but the overall wave count actually was pretty correct. If you go back to Crypto Labs in December last year, you will see that Crow was in some of the phases here or here, and from there we were very bullish on Crow, looking for a leading diagonal pullback in a wave 2, and then we are looking now for a further development up in Crow. I'm just looking potentially in a wave 1 and 2, and then a further development on the upside. So leading diagonals are pretty bullish price action further on the upside. Schnitzel, I don't know what you use. I mean, I have around 12 to 15 years in Elliott Wave, so I guess we have to see what type of things are you using when you do your wave counts. That's a pretty slippery terrain, I will say. In that respect, I mean, you can use anything, it works, but for me, an indicator doesn't work so much, so that's why I don't like them. Room. Let's look at a room, guys. Torchain. Yeah, same thing, consolidation. It's a bullish price chart, 1212. We are in a bullish price action. This is still a consolidation, either a fourth wave in triangle or in an ABC down. But the price action definitely bullish. So price action currently is bearish, but overall, larger time frame, I think we are still in a bullish uptrend, and I think we will have a next couple of years in development of this one on the bullish side. So I count this as a 1-2, and then subsequent lesser degree 1-2 up in 3. Now it's a consolidation in a wave 4. We go up in a wave 5, do a small pullback, and then a continuation on the upside. So I think this form is still not exhausted on the upside, and I think Torchain is still in a couple of more corrective phases, as you can see here, in a wave 4, and then highs of the wave 3, and then another pullback, and then another move on the upside. But overall, technically on the upside, it's still very bullish. XVG. It seems I have a wave count on this one. Looks like some type of a triangle. Still like a 3-wave move. I mean, it's still not clear, as you can see. But to me, this looks like a consolidation yet. A higher time frame chart is pretty nasty. It reminds me on Shiba, but let me look. This can be an impulsive made correction. So yeah, so I would not like to see the break of this blue line, because that will and that will possibly endanger the bullish wave count. Okay, so the wave count invalidation is here. And then wave 4 cannot penetrate the wave 1 except in a leading diagonal, and this is not a leading diagonal. So in that respect, I would like to stay within the border of this consolidation and then make some signs we're going to continue higher, because then I will look this as a 1-2, and then this will be a lesser degree 1-2 for the further development on the upside, like you have it here. So very important, this price action stays sideways, maybe even a little bit more lower, but I will not like to see a break of this blue line there, because then we can also anticipate most likely that this will be a wave A, 3 waves up in B, and this can be turned to be a C wave down, which can be pretty extended on the downside. Okay, so be careful. Okay, guys, let's do mana. I already have mana chart for our clients, so let's do mana. And mana, we were bullish on mana for most of the time, and actually we looked for some type of a possible fifth wave completion here on mana. I think we are coming to this possibility for this wave 5 on the upside. Overall wave count is also bullish. I'm still looking this as a beginning of a possible move on the upside. It's a pretty bold call that you call this to be and have such a corrective move, but I think this is a completed 5-wave sequence, and potentially we might see a pullback soon, and later this might turn to be a good play on the upside, because even if we go back to 1.3, this will continue further above 15, 16, and above if we see this pullback. So pullbacks are pretty good things. Everybody afraids them, but I welcome them, because you can either average your price if you manage your risk properly, or you can buy it at cheaper levels. So many of these cryptos have usually are looked for a shorter term play, but as I look at them, they have all of them has a very bullish price charts. So I think after a couple of hiccups that we are seeing, cryptos are going to go in a bigger market cap that we talked a couple of months ago, even above 5, 6, 7 trillion. But still, we need to have environment. I mean, people are calling such a stupid price tags for Bitcoin, like 200K until December. I mean, just think about, guys, you need a couple of trillion, and we are still struggling to keep our head in a Bitcoin above 1 trillion. So you will need $2 trillion in Bitcoin in less than a month. So I mean, just kind of I really don't like to see this type of things, and usually people ask me, yeah, but we expect December. So I mean, from where 2 trillion can come? I mean, money doesn't grow on trees. I think we learned that as kids. Sand. Okay, let's look sand, and let's close it up. Yeah, Sandbox also reached our target. It's moving further on the upside. The RSI is at 84, so be very careful with sand. If I would have a position on sand, I actually will rather clarify sand like this. This also can be counted as a 5-wave move, but I like to have a right look on a wave structure. So in that respect, sand is, to my opinion, looking more like this I think I have it here in a multi-wave. This looks like a reasonable wave count. So 4.78, I think, will possibly be a target after this 5-wave move on the upside. This wave count is particularly difficult because you have a wave 1 and 2, and then a lesser degree 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5, and then you have a triangle here in a wave 4, this was particularly hard to identify. I'm not saying I'm right, because this wave count is difficult, but it makes more sense. And this will be the last sequence before a small correction and then a continuation on the upside. So this is still a pretty bullish chart when you have a 5-wave sequence on the upside. Okay, guys, thank you for the attention, and of course we're gonna prepare the next crypto lab with I'm trying to find some valuable guests, guys. So if you can recommend somebody who has a little bit of sanity that I can call to be a guest discussing crypto space technicals, just write in the comments. By sanity means that that we are not talking about some crazy price ranges. We are not into high pictures regarding where the crypto is moving and all of that stuff that you already know. So if you know anybody who has a sound technicals and can be a good, if you like to see him here, please just write me, and I will try to contact them and call them to be the guest, so we can discuss a couple of views regarding cryptos. And stay well. John Rogan, yeah, I mean, John Rogan is a different type of guest. I don't know if this is a guest for this show. You can call him for more for a kind of a life lesson shows. This is a crypto, like a, you know, kid stuff. Millennials, Gen Z, you know. Jim Bianco. Okay, I will. Yeah, I will look all of this. Just write it in the comment. I wish you a nice week. Keep yourself safe, and see you next week, guys. So hit the like button, subscribe. I so much hate to say this sentence. I mean, every time, whenever YouTube you look, just everybody is saying hit the like button and subscribe. Yeah, but we have to. What can we do? Because it helps us, our content, to be more visible, and that's how this algorithm works. Yeah, manage your risk. Don't hype yourselves. Cryptos are still a young place. It's going to go for years on the upside. There's still opportunities, and there will be opportunities for you guys, for many of these incoming projects to participate in. Don't be quick. Ration your portfolios, and try to be on it on a longer term basis. Okay, so see you next time, guys. Bye bye.